So today I want to talk about slipping into old habits and how easy it is to revert back to a place that isn't good for you, or doing certain things that just aren't good for you. And it's so easy to make progress and then find yourself doing the same stuff that you tried to break out of, or you tried to work against. This last couple of weeks I've been not necessarily struggling a bit mentally, but just not in the best of places, and it's because I've been slipping back into these old habits. If you don't know, sometime last year bought a second phone so that I could get rid of all social media on my main phone and still have it on a separate phone. My situation's a little bit different to the normal person because I need social media to do this stuff, to do my job, and so I can't get rid of it, but I don't like having such easy access to social media. I used to find myself spending 2 hours a day just doom scrolling on TikTok and just checking numbers constantly, and it just dictated my whole mood. And so I got a second phone, and I would go on it when I needed to upload something, to reply to comments, whatever that might be. And for the rest of the time, I would just have my normal phone, which had no social media, and I basically just had to contact people that I needed to contact, or Google something, or get directions, whatever it might be that isn't social media. And then a couple weeks ago, maybe two weeks ago now, I decided to get an editor for my YouTube channel because I'm so drained and tired of doing subtitles, and someone else could do it better, and I have so many other projects that I want to work on, but I can't physically find the time to work on them. And so I came to the smart decision, which I probably should have done years ago, of hiring an editor. Which is brilliant because it gave me all this free time that I didn't ever have. And for the first time, I found myself procrastinating. But it turned into almost a negative because I ended up doom scrolling again. This last week or so, I've found myself just out of habit picking up my phone with all the social media on it, scrolling through again, going and lying down on the bed during the day, staring at my phone, just literally picking it up to check something, and then finding myself half an hour later having scrolled through Instagram, through Twitter, through whatever it might be, constantly checking stats that my recent posts have done. And it's been, I don't want to say ruining me because that sounds dramatic, but I've just not been in a good place. And I've realised how easy it is to just fall back into that natural routine. And I think the reason is because how easy it is. I mean, this is just one example because this is what relates to me, but social media is so easy to fall into. It's the easy option. Why do work? Why create or craft or do physical activity when you can sit and scroll and do nothing? But it relates to so much more than that. It's like, why spend time dieting? Why try and eat healthy when fast food is so readily available, and chocolate and crisps taste so good? It's the easy option to lie in bed, to spend that little extra time just doing nothing and sitting and scrolling, or not going to the gym. All these things that are good for you and good mentally take such effort. So it takes so much effort to force yourself to get up each day and do these things. I like to go to the gym in the morning, and getting up and making that conscious decision, it's so much easier to press the snooze button than it is to get up. But long term, doing the hard choice and picking the option that might not seem like the funnest at the time is going to benefit you so much more, and you'll feel so much better for it. Like this last week, if I'd have gone on a walk, if I'd have gone to the gym, if I'd have carried on doing some different work, if I'd have actually started writing the book that I keep hammering on about wanting to write, instead of scrolling on TikTok, I'd have felt accomplished. I'd have felt like I'm getting somewhere, I'm doing something. But instead, I just sifted through nothing on social media. And I don't even think that you realise you're doing it, or that you've fallen back into that place of bad habits. Or because it's so easy, but once you catch yourself, it's like, oh my God, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing? Just sort yourself out. It's so much harder than it sounds, but it's just, you need to do it. Because, like I say, I've not been in a good place. And this doesn't even just relate to social media. I've found myself slipping back into things that I've been trying to get better myself at. One of my New Year's resolutions was to stop reacting in the moment, or stop just getting involved in everything, and stop talking and chiming in on every single thing, because I don't need to do that, and people don't need me to do that, and it just is irritating almost, and I found myself falling back into that, and it never ends well, and I've got a lot of work to do this year mentally. I don't see myself as in a good place as a good person, and I want to work on that. I want to just be a decent human being. I don't know why me talking about social media has just flipped to this, but it's on my mind, so I'm just going to keep rolling and keep talking with it. But I feel like I almost see myself, it's not necessarily an ego, but it's almost just a sense of selfishness, where I don't consider other people or think of other things before speaking, before doing, before acting in my own selfish way, before being in a mood and snapping or saying something that is so minor or doesn't even need me to chime in or anything like that. And yet I do it all the time, and I hate myself for that. It's so hard to break these bad habits, and it's so easy to just slip back into these things. But how do you... Honestly, I need to just, get off my phone, in general, and stop reading and replying to everything that I see, and chiming in my thoughts and things. I just need to sit on my own. I think that is what I need to do. I need to just do what I want to do, and stop caring and thinking about everything and everyone else. Not in a selfish way, but in a sense of in the sense of my opinion doesn't matter, so just go and do what I want to do. I find that I seek validation a lot from people, or I feel like, I don't know if this comes from a sense of loneliness, but almost every time I do something or get something or think anything, I feel the need to tell people or put it in a group chat or tell my friends, and then I get hurt or feel a little bit down when they don't reply or don't care, or I get a sarky comment or anything like that. And while that is sort of that male banter side, it's kind of true of I don't need to share everything. I don't need to post everything, whether that be publicly or in a group chat. It's a thing I need to break, that I've tried to break, but as I say, it's so hard to stay in that zone and not slip back into it.